In every moment, you are showing yourself who you want to be. And you are creating and discovering yourself in the moment, in your quantum now. But you have to allow yourself to detach from all the previous versions of you that have held you back from stepping into your greatness. So how do you do that? How do you allow yourself to detach from the ways that you are accustomed to being? So you have to look at the specific traits that are holding you back. The traits about you that tell you that you are not ready to embark on your dreams, that tell you you are not good enough yet. The mentality that you have to prepare more in order to start. There are a million different reasons that your mind will trick you into thinking that you are not ready, you are not prepared, and that there's something else you must do first before you can embody the highest version of yourself in this now moment. So why is it so important to embody this highest version of yourself in your quantum now reality? Well, if you look at all the timelines you've already lived, all of those timelines that you've experienced were created by your conscious or unconscious patterns within yourself, which projected that reality and created that reality through your focused attention upon those belief systems that you held at that time. So those belief systems create energetic geometries around your field and keep you within those fields of awareness. As long as you are living in habitual patterns and belief systems every single day, then, and you are unaware of how much more there is out there for you, you will continue to create the same patterns simply because you are used to them, you are accustomed to them, you have practiced them every single day. So often, a huge fear for people to change is simply about how people will perceive them, other people, not even their own self. So you have to ask yourself, are you holding yourself back because of fear of other people's perception of you? Or are you fearful of stepping into the self that you know you can be because of your unwillingness to do the self-inquiry necessary to move you beyond where you currently are? So when you begin asking yourself through direct self-inquiry, you all of a sudden open your field of potential. And when you open your field of potential, you begin to excite the field around you. You begin to open your possibility of potential to manifest directly in your quantum now reality, not in a later timeline. So you bring up the deep questions of how are you really holding yourself back? And you begin answering those questions honestly, brutally, upfront to find out why you have been holding back your power, why you haven't been revealing your power to your own self and also to the world, because those go hand in hand. If you are concealing your own power to yourself, how would you be able to transmit that power to the world it would be impossible. So you first have to go through self-acknowledgement. And when you go through self-acknowledgement, you are releasing judgment. This is so important. You are releasing your own self-judgment upon yourself and giving yourself space and room to breathe, because it's that space and room to breathe that allow you to be honest with yourself, that allow you to say, hey, I'm hiding my power in XYZ ways and I'm ready to stop. Because if you say that out loud to yourself, no one has to be around. You could say it just to yourself in the privacy of your own home. If you admit those things to yourself, you are giving yourself relief to now move towards who you really desire to be in your quantum now reality. That is how you move towards quantum embodiment and quantum shifting in your reality. But it takes your total honesty to how you might be holding on to identities, how those identities are keeping you trapped in a reality you may feel you have outgrown. And remember, that is always an indicator. If you are in a reality that you feel you have outgrown, there for sure is an identity holding you back that is keeping you in small and familiar patterns. So you have to take yourself out of your normal inner and outer environment. And let's say you can't directly do that in a physical way. You can always, in an inner way, acknowledge where you have been holding yourself back. When you are ready to change, when you are ready for more, when you are ready to stop holding yourself back. So when you're going through this process, you are going through an unveiling of you. You are going through a revelation of your power. And the more accurate you are in the ways that you have been holding yourself back from unleashing your power within yourself, and the more precise you are at all the intricate ways that you do that to yourself, you begin quantum leaping in yourself because your self-perception is changing. And as your self-perception is changing about who you truly desire to become, then that purified self-perception begins changing your reality. It's not just all of a sudden shifted in front of you. No, you become the embodiment that takes the actions of that successful and happy and fulfilled version of yourself. So as you clarify your own consciousness, as you allow yourself the spaciousness of your own power to be revealed, and you drop judgment about yourself through the process, this is very important. Because if you judge yourself every step of the way, you will hold yourself back for an even greater amount of time. So this is why dropping self-judgment helps you so much, because when you drop your self-judgment, you can allow yourself to bloom, you can allow yourself to unfold, and you don't have to hold yourself hostage to an old identity that no longer suits you. You can simply move into your new and higher embodiment through this process of release. So start by asking yourself the self-inquiry questions that move you beyond the habitual patterns that really constrict and bind you into a certain place in your life. And that place first is your consciousness, you as consciousness, you as a conscious being. And allowing yourself to first transform within your consciousness. And as you transform within your consciousness, your wisdom, your own internal wisdom, will guide you on how to make the aligned actions with your spirit and with your essence and with your mission and with your goals that allow you to move forward in the way that you really want and align you with your quantum reality that is who you really are when you unleash your power and you really stop holding yourself to old identities. This is the work when you allow yourself to remove all of the veils that are trying to tell you that you cannot do something or that you're not the one to do that. Those are all false voices. Your uniqueness is the eccentricities that no one else has. No one else can embody. No one else has the life experiences you do. So when you actually allow your life experiences to embody in your vessel, you move in the truth of your embodiment instead of masking it, because you have walked the path you have until now. So there's no sense of hiding that. So you must reveal yourself to your own self and allow yourself to move through that process of unveiling. First, unveiling yourself to you. I send you my thank you. I send you my gratitude. And I send you my excitement, because this is an exciting process and there is nothing better than your transformation, than seeing yourself bloom, than walking the path of your truth and who you really are, because you are meant to shine. You are meant to be a light in this world. And I think often there are many conscious beings that end up hiding in their power because of a confusion that thinks moving into your power is egoic. And it's actually the ego that tries to keep you small, not expand you. And often beings that walk their path really confuse this severely. And they end up staying extremely small because they believe it's the ego that is the expander. And that is not the case. You are allowed to expand in your spirit that is free of ego identification. That is allowed to happen. It is like a blooming rose. It is like the shining sun. It is the luminous self. So you must allow that openness to occur within you in order for the true light of the divine to dance through you and to not be constricted or restricted by often their spiritual identities that have kept you limited or small in a tiny little box or in a tiny frame, when really your lived path is so has so much depth and experience that's been really kept in a small space. And so now you are being asked to allow that experience and that depth and that power to actually come forth, to be revealed through you, not concealed. Because the more that those energies are concealed, the more that they go dormant and quiet. And if that continues to occur within a being, that light will eventually die. And so you must feed the light, and you must find out what is coming from an energy within you that is an egoic desire, and what is the expansion of the boundless self. You must inquire to these things and find out for yourself. When you inquire into this, then you will simply know within yourself. So take time, do the self-inquiry, and you will liberate yourself through this process.